I'm the Hood Trucker, and this is the Hood Trucker News. Good morning and good afternoon on the East Coast. Good morning on the West Coast and everywhere in between. I didn't really get a chance to catch the whole entire debate last night, but it was pretty fiery. I don't really like anybody on there. I mean, Chris Christie is about the only one that I can really kind of like relate to. He's not. He doesn't pull any punches when it comes to Donald Trump. So, uh, you know, if you're going to separate yourself, you got to be able to do that. He had commented that the other candidates are unwilling to do that. So, I mean, if you're running against someone, which everybody is running against Donald Trump because he's the front runner, you might want to separate yourself, and you might want to, you know, point out the differences or whatever, and not have a fear of not wanting to offend anybody that follows him. I mean, he's the front runner, so you gotta be able to separate yourself. So what I wanted to do here is I wanted to, if I can remember how do we share? Oh, that's what I should have done. Dang it. How do we share the screen again? Oh, I forgot how to share the screen. Let's see. It doesn't even have share screen on here. Let me see. Right, leave studio, prevent settings. Let me see. I don't see. I forgot how to share the screen. Let me see. Dang it. Let me see something. Bear with me for a second. I forgot how to share the screen. It should say share screen here. Uh, Unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Let me see something here. Present. Okay. Present. Okay. Here we go. Video file, extra camera, slide, share screen. There you go. There we go. I'm got a little rusty. Okay. So let's see. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Let's try this here. Okay. And we're gonna maximize. Okay, how can we get back here? Stop sharing. Tap on StreamYard. Okay, now we got it. Okay, so now we have to go here. Bear with me. Bear with me. We need to. I don't know how to maximize this. Little rusty. Give me a second here. Let me see. Is that maximize? Let's minimize. Okay. What is that maximize? Minimize. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to maximize this yet. Let me see. Let's see. I don't know. I forgot. Dang it. Okay, we're gonna look at it like this then. Oh, here we go. Right here. Let's see. Like that. There you go. That's better. Okay, so let's look at it. Yeah, that's much better. Much better. You're a little bit rusty here. So, okay, so let's put this down here. Okay. Okay. Let's see something. Let me look back real quick here. Oh, I already took it away. Okay. All right, let's see. Uh First let's go back here and make sure that I clicked so that we can hear the audio. Mute screen audio. Okay. I think we're good. Let me see. I think we're good. Okay.
Let's play that
Oh, yeah.
exchange between Governor Christie and Governor DeSantis about whether Trump is fit for office.
Father time is undefeated. The idea that we're going to put someone up there that's almost 80 and there's going to be no effects from that, we all know that that's not true. And so we have an opportunity to next generation of leaders and really be able to move this country forward. We also need a president that can serve 2 terms. I don't think Donald Trump, I think he's going to have, I don't think he'd be able to get elected. The Democrats want him to be the nominee. See that. They are going to turn the screws the minute if he got the nomination.
But do you think he's
you're going to see
mentally
it.
fit to be president?
I think we need to have somebody younger.
Why doesn't he just answer the question? The question was very.
Why don't he answer the question? What Christie's about to say, it appears, is that the question was very poignant. It was a direct question. Why you can't answer it? Let's continue.
Very direct. Is he fit to be president or isn't he? The rest of the speech is interesting, but completely non-responsive. And if we were in a courtroom, they'd strike the answer and say, Governor DeSantis.
No, they
you're
wouldn't. They would say
you're
that
a smart
they would
man.
argue that
No, they would.
No, they wouldn't.
They would
Chris.
strike the answer
No, they wouldn't.
because you're not answering
You
it.
just don't like. You
Is he
have your.
fit?
You have
No,
your thing.
is he
You
fit or
have your
isn't he?
thing.
No, I don't have my thing.
We don't.
He's the thing. Is
We
he
do
fit
not
or
want
isn't
to
he?
do
You're
someone that's
talking about him
almost
being 80 years old.
It doesn't mean
Ron,
that somebody
is he
couldn't
fit?
get elected. That's
Ron,
up to the people to
Governor
decide.
DeSantis,
But
let
I
him
think we have an
fit
opportunity
or
to
isn't
do
he?
somebody who's
Governor
in.
DeSantis,
Too
let
far.
him
Ron,
Okay.
is
I
he
think we have
fit?
an opportunity to
Guys,
do
guys,
somebody
guys,
who
no
is in the
talking
prime
over
of their
each other.
life.
Yes.
We don't have to
No
worry
talking over
about all
I'm
this stuff
good.
with
Ron,
confidence.
DeSantis,
We can get it
Governor,
done,
stop.
and we'll do it.
I'm going to come to you. Finish.
Why won't he answer the question? That's very interesting. Why doesn't he answer the question? Is he fit? Is he fit? That's a simple question. Just a yes or no. I mean, that's a yes or no. That's a question that requires a yes or no answer. I'm not sure why he wouldn't do it. I mean, actually, I am sure why because he doesn't want to upset the Trump voter. So that's why I won't say. But let's continue.
Look, Father Time is undefeated. I don't know how he would score on a test, but I know this. We have an opportunity to nominate someone and elect someone for 2 terms who's going to be spitting nails on day one and for 8 years
So you
deliver
do think he's
big
fit?
result.
You
We
do
should
think.
not nominate somebody
He won't answer.
who's all.
What happened here? What happened here?
He's unfit because they don't want to offend anyone. Well, you have no business being the president of the United States. If felon come this spring. And what I said in my closing statement is absolutely true. He will be a candidate if he's our nominee who won't be able to vote for himself. Why would anybody else vote for him?
You mentioned Nikki Haley. I want to play part of you coming to her defense.
We are having some technical difficulties here. Let's see something here. What's going on? What's going on? Got it? We back? Man, what's wrong? Put on Christie and everything. The whole thing with a wire. What's going on, man? Are they starting already? Oh, we didn't even get into it. Hold on. We have some technical difficulties. Let me see if we can. Let's go back a little bit. Let me see something. There we go. We might not even be able to get through this. What's going on, man? Okay, here we go. Okay, let's pick up. Let's go back a little bit. I don't know what y'all missed, so let's go back and stuff.
These debates and watching the other three folks who are on the stage not willing to answer the questions. The voters who are watching deserve to hear an answer. And especially on something like that, Ron's trying to play both sides to the middle, and so is Nikki. They don't want to say he's unfit because they don't want to offend anyone. Well, you have no business being the president of the United States if you don't have the principles to stand up for what you believe in, even if it might offend some people, and even if it might make them boo you, which I got tonight, and I don't care.
Yeah, he ain't lying. He does not care. He does not care. He's not lying. But Ron DeSantis obviously cares. So let's get.
You've gotten it a lot every time you mention Trump's name.
That's fine,
Wherever
because
you are.
you know what they're offended by? You know what they're booing? They're booing the truth. They're booing the truth because they're in denial. He is going to be a convicted felon come this spring. And what I said in my closing statement is absolutely true. He will be a candidate, if he's our nominee, who won't be able to vote for himself. Why would anybody else vote for him?
You mentioned Nikki Haley.
That's true. If you're a convicted felon, you can't. What's crazy is that you could be a convicted felon and run for president. Like he said, you wouldn't be able to vote for yourself, but you could run for president. But some of us other people that's had blemished records in the past can't carry a gun, can't do all this other stuff, and for some reason, Donald Trump can run for president but yet not vote for himself. So it's crazy. It's crazy. It's a little slanted, and sometimes you just look at the laws, you can tell where the laws are slanted at.
Want to play part of you coming to her defense pretty aggressively in this debate.
He has insulted Nikki Haley's basic intelligence, not her positions, her basic intelligence. If you want to disagree on issues, that's fine. And Nikki and I disagree on some issues. But I'll tell you this, I've known her for 12 years, which is longer than he's even started to vote in the Republican primary. And while we disagree about some issues and we disagree about who should be president of the United States, what we don't disagree on is this is a smart, accomplished woman. You should stop insulting her.
I don't know the backstory about that, but it's really not a good look if you're going to be insulting women and stuff like that. It's really not a good look. But I don't know the context of that. But if he did that just based upon just trying to say that because she's a woman, she's not fit or whatever he said, yeah, that's not cool.
Where did that come from?
I mean, look, I'm a truth teller, Dana. And look, Nikki and I disagree. I don't think Nikki should be president of the United States. But I'll tell you this, she's a smart woman. And she's an accomplished woman, and she's worked incredibly hard both in South Carolina and in the UN. And I think Vivek does have a woman problem. I do think he insults women's basic intelligence. He's done it over and over and over again. And I guess tonight I just had enough. I had enough of listening to his garbage. And as I said, his smart ass Harvard mouth, because that's what it is. When he's dictating to me and Nikki Haley, who have committed ourselves to public service while he's been off stealing from seniors to make his fortune. Yeah, I'm not going to put up with him anymore.
So you call yourself?
Oh, you heard what he said. He's not gonna put up with it no more. I mean, let's see. He said he ain't gonna put up with it no more. And he's talking about a smart ass mouth. Chrissy ain't no joke, man. Chrissy ain't no joke. Let's see. Alpha Buckeye. Let's see what you got to say. Alpha Buckeye said Christie disqualified himself when he repeated Democrat talking points, support kid sex changes. I didn't hear about that, but listen, if I don't agree with that either. Like I don't like if you can't even go buy alcohol, should you allow because you can't buy alcohol even with a parent's consent. So should you be allowing kids to make changes that are irreversible or changes that go under the knife and all of that when your kids, his brain's not developed all the way and none of that. So I don't necessarily agree with that either. I'm not a fan of you playing for or you're a swimmer, a men's swimmer 2 years ago, and then now today you're a women's swimmer. So I don't agree with none of that. A lot of that stuff should be reconsidered because look, if you were, because look at the incentive. Look at the incentive. If I was, ranked 100 on the men's side, and then I go to the women's side, and now I'm number one. You don't think that's an incentive? There was a movie, I think it was called Jumanji or something like that. There was a movie where same type of thing happened. Listen, men are physically more athletic, stronger, bigger, stronger, faster by nature. Not everyone, but by nature, on average, men are bigger, stronger, faster than women, and therefore, if you're going to do that, if you want to, be transgender, whatever, they should have a transgender a category, just like they have men's and women's. That should be transgender, in my opinion.
Yourself a truth teller, but you're also a very savvy politician.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And the wind up there is about New Hampshire. And it was very interesting to watch you and Nikki Haley. Certainly, as you said, you disagree about a lot of things, but it seemed as though you were forming a bit of an alliance with her in a place like, no.
Look, I'm a truth teller, Dana. And I'm going to tell the truth. If someone's insulting Nikki Haley in a way that was personal, it was nothing about issues. He was saying she's not smart enough to know where things are on the map, that somehow his 3-year-old son is smarter than a woman who served as a 2-term governor and a UN ambassador. He's a jackass.
See, the thing about it is, Chris is gonna bring that straight talk. Let's see. Yeah, he did. He supports child sex changes. That's wild. Again, I don't know his. I'm an independent. I'm not a Republican. I don't follow Chris Christie like each and every his talking points or where he stands on a lot of issues. But I just know that in terms of Republicans and in terms of if I was to have to vote for one of them, I'd probably vote for Chris Christie. Those changes should be after 18. I totally agree. I don't understand Democrats fascinated with trans stuff. It's about votes a lot of times. I hit the like, bro. I'm rocking with DeSantis. I'm not a fan of DeSantis either. I think DeSantis has done some crazy stuff in terms of moving people around and stuff like that. I don't feel you should move migrants and all that, for political gain. I don't think, it's obvious that that's what he did. So,
and if that happens, it's not me, forming an alliance with Nikki Haley. Wait till you see what's going to happen over the next 7 weeks.
What's going to happen?
We're going to be competing against each other hard to try to win New Hampshire, I suspect. And I have a lot of problems. So look, I've said tonight, she's unwilling to take on Donald Trump. She didn't do it again tonight. She's not willing to say he's unfit. Mm-hmm. She's not willing to lower that hand that she raised in August to say that even if he was a convicted felon, she would support him.
That's crazy. That says a lot right there. If you're gonna support somebody even though they're a convicted felon, I mean, how do you reconcile that? How do you vote for a convicted felon? That's crazy. That's all voter stuff. A lot of these policies, all that are voter, pandering to the voters.
We should have a higher standard, and she fails on that front. But, at the end of the day, if someone's being unfair to somebody else who I've had a 10, 12-year relationship with, I'm not going to let him beat her up like that. The moderators didn't step in and ask for any decorum. So let me tell you something. Whether it was Vivek or Ron tonight, they want to fight with somebody, fight with a guy from Jersey. You know what that's like, Dan.
I do know what that's like. But...
and that's, they got some stuff after that. But, let's continue. Let's see what else he has to say. But I like Christie because he's a fighter.
I think she also, I want to ask more about Donald Trump and the fact that you said multiple times, as you've said, really since the beginning, of your candidacy here that they're not going after the big person in the
Right.
race, the person who's very far and away the front runner. Let's listen to part of that.
So do I think he was kidding when he said he was a dictator? All you have to do is look at the history. And that's why failing to speak out against him, making excuses for him, pretending that somehow he's a victim, empowers him. You want to know why those poll numbers are where they are? Because folks like these three guys on the stage make it seem like his conduct is acceptable. Let me make it clear. His conduct is unacceptable. He's unfit.
That's very true. Like if you scared to speak out against him because you worried about whether his voters going do you like what's the guy from South Carolina? John McCain's friend. I can't remember his name right now. But if you feel you worried about that, then that's really obvious. Let's see. GOP just released the debate criteria for the next month. Must poll at 10% in national polls. Last night, Christie last debate, he was well below 10. I mean, but those polls come out on a probably a bi-week, not bi-weekly, but at least once a week, couple times a week or something, and you never know, things can change. Tim Scott, never liked Tim Scott. Lindsey Graham, there you go, Lindsey Graham. See they worried about the Lindsey Graham effect. Remember when he was walking through that airport, and they mobbed him because he just said something about Donald Trump. I mean, that's what they worried about because they got the track record on harassing these politicians and talking crazy about Donald Trump.
That is kind of your mantra on this,
One
one of the mantras on this campaign. And obviously you had an opportunity to do it to the three remaining opponents on the stage there. Do you really think that they're going to all of a sudden start to go after Donald Trump?
If they want to win, they better. Because look at the strategy they've been pursuing. The strategy they've been pursuing is consigned to failure. You want to know how I know? Because I did the same thing 8 years ago. I ignored him. So did Jeb Bush. So did John Kasich. And Marco Rubio. And you know what happened? We all lost. We all lost because we wouldn't call him out on the fact that he was never going to get Mexico to pay for a wall. We wouldn't call him out on the fact that he wasn't going to balance the budget in 4 years. We wouldn't call him out on his Muslim ban garbage. We figured he was just going to go away. Well, hope is not a strategy. And that's why Ron DeSantis has gone from the mid-30s to single digits. That's why Nikki Haley is 30 points behind him in her own home state. I'm telling you this, people are going to wake up. They're going to wake up to this message. And when they do, there's only going to be one person on the stage who was telling the truth, and it was me.
You obviously knew what you wanted to accomplish tonight. Did anything on that stage, any comment from any of your opponents surprise you?
No. It's the same stuff over and over again. Ron DeSantis has memorized answers. Nikki Haley trying to have it both ways. And Vivek, who is the drunk driver of the debate stage. You never know where he's going or what he's going to hit. So no, nothing surprised me.
Anything that you didn't get to?
Yeah. And I think there were look, I didn't get to talk about the border. The moderators didn't give me a chance to talk about the border, which I really would have liked to have had an opportunity to do. And there were two questions right at the end, I think, of the second segment where they went to the other three and never came to me. Mm-hmm. So, but we got time. I got a sense there'll be more debates here after the first of the year, hopefully in Iowa and New Hampshire. And I also think there's going to be plenty of time for me as I'm campaigning to make sure I continue to emphasize those points. But those are the things that I didn't get to because they just didn't give me a chance. If they, as you saw tonight, Dana, if they would have asked, I would have answered.
Yes, I definitely know that. Governor, thank you so much.
Dana, thanks for the time tonight. Thanks for being here in Tuscaloosa. Nice. Roll Tide.
And
Roll Tide. Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's see. Christie been calling out Trump, and he's polling less than everyone else on the stage. So clearly, Christie's strategy isn't working. It's not that it isn't working, because the same thing was. Let's see how I can get out of here. Let's see. Can we move this? It's not that it's not working. I think that it just hasn't caught on yet. Because I mean, he's not lying about nothing. Like, look, how you gonna have a convicted felon for a president? I mean, he's not lying about nothing. He might have some differences. He might have some, different policies than some of the other candidates, and I don't really agree with a lot of his policies either. But if I had to choose a Republican, that I would probably choose Chris Christie. Just like on the Democratic side, I don't like Biden either. I would much rather vote for a what's the governor of California? What's the governor of California? I'm like a blank right now. What's the governor of Cal? I forgot the governor's name. Maybe Alpha Buckeye can clarify that. See, Christie said in order to win, you gotta call out Trump. That's all Christie been doing for 6 months. Yet his numbers is worse than DeSantis and Haley. There's a reason they are much higher than him. Gavin Newsom, there you go. I'm drawing a bank. Yeah, on the Democratic side, I would much rather vote for Gavin Newsom. But back to this. Yes, and that's exactly. See, Christie been doing that for 6 months, and his numbers are worse than DeSantis and Haley. That's because he's actually calling him out. The reason why they don't do it is because they know that their numbers going to drop as well. Listen, he's not lying about nothing though. It's not like he's saying something crazy and he's lying or he's misguided or something like that. Everything he's talking about is absolutely 100% true. Should he be disqualified? I mean, I just read something yesterday that there was a challenge. They're hearing they're in court right now whether or not Colorado want to put someone on a ballot. So yeah, should a 4-time indicted dude be running for president? Absolutely not, because there's a chance that he could be found guilty. There's a chance that there's due process, and there's a chance that he could be found not guilty. But look, do you really want to take that chance? Should you be? If that was Barack Obama, would they be saying the same thing? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If he was indicted 4 times and Barack Obama ran for president, you think they wouldn't say something? Of course they would. There's no way they would be saying he should be running for president anyway. There's no way on earth that they would say that. So they even try to say that when they had to do the bailout, the 2008 bailout, that it's that it's crazy how the credit went down when the first black president shows up and the credit went down. The United States credit went down. Let's see. But yeah, Trump legal woes are concerning. That's why I'm with DeSantis. Yeah, but I'm not a fan of DeSantis either. Listen. DeSantis is weird. He's a weirdo. And he's not, if when it comes down to it, Trump is going to wipe the floor with DeSantis. And whether or not he's got the same troubles or not, Trump is going to wipe the floor with DeSantis. Because when you remember when DeSantis was running for governor before he, not the second time, but the first time, he begged Trump to come and, put some shine on his campaign. And once he, because if you remember the commercials, he was reading the Art of the Deal to his son, and he was doing all kinds of. He was Trump light. So how can you if it's like, Bud Light competing with Budweiser or something? Like, how can you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're light, you're not the real thing. So how, it's like a real Louis Vuitton bag versus a knockoff. So you can't compete. So yeah, if you want to choose the next best thing, if you want the next best thing to Trump, that's what Ron DeSantis and Vivek is competing for. The next almost Donald Trump. That's who they're competing for. So yeah, I'm not a fan of I'm not a fan of them. But if I had to pick one, I'd ride with good old Chris Christie. Okay, now let's go and look at what George Santos, George Santos talking about. He gonna start outing people. He gonna start. He gonna do an ethics. He gonna make some, put forth some type of ethics where they can do an ethics investigation because they expelled him. But one of the people he was talking about, he's kind of like throwing shade at, in terms of LGBT community, who he's saying he's a proud gay man, and he's referring to this person as possibly in the closet. Let's run this.
And lastly, here is another person Santos is trying to take down. Let's talk about hypocrisy. Can someone ask Nicole Malleus stock tips? When did she become a savant in stock trading? The signature bank trades she did reeks of insider trading, much like Paul Pelosi's every trade. Nicole is in it for herself. Just look at her record and it speaks for itself. Nicole Malleus stock tips is a dirty, dishonorable swamp creature selling the American people down a river for her own benefit. The difference between you and I is that I don't live in denial. I am a proud gay man and not afraid to say it. I guess arguing, excuse me, that Nicole Malleatakis is a closeted gay woman, a closeted lesbian or something like that. I don't know.
So what you're saying is that what you're saying is that this person is in the closet. Let's see. Yeah, this person is in the closet. You're openly gay, and you're gonna let everybody know it. So I don't know, man. Well, here it is. That was just a portion of what was going on in the Republican debate, and it was crazy. I had to do some stuff last night, so I picked up a little bit of it, but I didn't really watch the whole thing. But what I did see was kind of fiery. I was kind of playing it in the background, and they was going at each other. So listen, that's how the debates go. And as much as I don't agree with any of them, I think that the most truthful up there, especially when you're talking to a guy who's like 4 times indicted, is Chris Christie. So if I had to vote for a Republican, that would be my guy. Again, on the Democrat side, I'd probably vote for Gavin Newsom over Joe Biden. So I'm not a fan of his either. So that's what we got for you today on the Hood Trucker News. So we'll see you real soon. It's the Hood Trucker News. Peace out.